as people are trickling in, I'm just going to tell a little story about what I experienced this morning, because it really reinforced to me something that I teach a lot to my clients and my patients, and it just proved itself. And so it was a win. So I wanted to share it with you in case it's helpful. So I woke up this morning with a lot of anxiety. My alarm went off at 4 because I was going to work out. I was going to do work before my kids got up. And when it went off, I was exhausted. I said, I'm getting back into bed. And I did, and I could not shut my mind off. It was a lot of ruminating about work. Work has been a little bit crazier lately, as you all might imagine. And I was trying all the mental tricks that I knew to get my brain to shut off. I was trying to shift perspective, go into a gratitude practice, say I'm not being overworked. I'm grateful to still have a job, to be able to make income, to support my family. I'm grateful to be able to help others. Wasn't working. Still felt incredibly anxious. I tried shifting to thinking about something else. Didn't stick. My mind kept looping. And so then I remember what I always tell all of you, which is that if the mind is glitching, then to try to fix it at the level of the mind sets you off at a disadvantage. You need to drop down into your body, and that's what's going to be the most effective, most efficient way to fix it. And so I got up, I came into the studio here, and I did my workout. And right after that, I went into a Qi Gong practice, which is what we're going to do today, practice a little bit of Qi Gong. And it worked before I even knew it. You know, I wasn't even thinking about, is my anxiety getting better? Am I getting more relaxed? It's just after a few minutes of moving my body, I realized, oh, I don't feel anxious anymore. And so for those of you that do suffer from a lot of anxiety, from a lot of stress, from a lot of looping thoughts and racing thoughts, these tools and techniques that help to get your body relaxed, that help to get your body moving, are so wonderful for relaxing the mind. And the reason is because the body, mind, relate to each other in this feedback loop. And so if the mind is super anxious and the body is tensing up because the mind is saying I'm anxious, then that tense body is sending signals forward into the mind saying, oh yeah, you're anxious. I'm primed to fight or flee. You better stay worried. The mind gets more worried and the cycle continues. But if we can drop into the body and do exercises to relax our physical state, to put our body back into the state that it would be in if we were not in danger, if we were relaxing on a beach, if we felt great, then our body sends information forward to the mind that says, you don't need to be worried. You're safe. We're chill. You can calm down. And it's just so incredibly effective. So today, to help us further relax and come into balance, we are going to do an exercise called Qi Gong. And for those of you who have never heard of it before, you may have heard of Tai Chi, you may have heard of acupuncture or acupressure, and Qi Gong is an ancient Chinese exercise that follows the same rules and thoughts and paradigms as those others. The idea is that we have energy channels running through the body, that we are in a state of wellness and ease when the energy is circulating freely in the right direction and in sufficient quantity, and that all dis-ease occurs when we have blockages or imbalances in our energy flow. So acupuncture attempts to correct those blockages and imbalances by putting needles in you. Wonderful, nothing wrong with that. Qigong does the same thing by combining our intention with our breath and slow flowing movements to unblock your energy channels, get your energy circulating freely, build and store that energy so that it's in a sufficient amount, and increase your overall well-being. I have never done a Qigong practice where I did not feel more calm, more balanced, more focused, and at ease at the end of it. And as I've told a lot of you that have worked for me, I'm a very practical, worked with me. I'm a really practical person. I'm all about efficiency of effort, and I don't have a lot of time. So I really appreciate the exercises that give me a big return for a small amount of investment, and they give me benefits on multiple levels. So Qi Gong not only benefits the physical body with things like joint mobility, tendon strength, weight loss, better sleep, it also benefits the mind with more clarity, more focus, less anxiety, and it benefits the spirit by nurturing and lighting you up. So it is one of my favorite things to do. It brings me joy. I'm so excited to share it with all of you today. Today's movements that we're going to do are going to be focused around creating a sense of balance and ease. And there's also going to be some things in there to help boost your immune system and ward off pathologic invasion like viruses. So why don't we get started? For everyone that's here, welcome. If you came in when I was doing my little talk and I didn't acknowledge you, I will acknowledge you at the end. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to share this with you. Find a space where you have about 6 feet around you to move. If you want to have some water by you, it's a good idea. I kind of wish I had some water by me right now. If you're wearing comfortable clothes, so much the better. If not, follow along as best you can, and you can always change later. And we're going to get started, okay? I'm just going to take a look at the feet and make sure that everyone is able to hear me and see me okay, and no problem. So if there's any audio-visual issues, type them in right now. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. So many wonderful people. Okay, big love to you too. Okay, so before we actually get into the Qi Gong moves, we're going to do some starting warm-up exercises to really get the energy flowing and circulating. And the first one that we're going to do is a total body tapping exercise. And with this, you're going to take the palm of your hand and we're literally going to tap it up and down all the different parts of our body. This is going to awaken the Qi. This is going to get the blood and lymph circulating. It's going to open up our channels so that our practice is more effective. So with the palm of your hand, you're going to start by tapping down the inside of your arm and then up the back side of your arm. Down and up, down and up. How hard? How hard does your body want you to tap? Don't hurt yourself, but it should be vigorous. And then grab your elbow so that you can get your shoulder. Great. And then come down and get the side of your chest here. Really opening up the lungs. And then we're going to go to the sideways. Tap down. And then we'll go to the other side. Down the inside of the arm. Up the back side. Down the inside. Up the back side. Couple more times. And then grab your elbow and get the back of the shoulder blade. Awesome. Then come to the front and get this side of your chest. And then we're going to go down the sideways. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to get the belly, again with the palms of our hands. Good. This always sounds like I'm beating myself harder than I am. Not. I'm probably doing 6 out of 10 pressure here. As you practice this, you're going to find that you want to use more and more pressure because the body can take more and more stimulation. Good. So now we're going to go onto the back, and with the backs of our fists, we're going to get the kidney area. So right in here, and we're going to tap like that. Waking up the kidneys, waking up the Jing Qi. The Jing Qi is the Qi that you were born with, that was passed on to you by your parents. This is the Qi that naturally wanes with age. The Jing Qi always needs to be supported. And once we've stimulated that, we're going to move down into the butt area and just tap on that. Get the blood circulating, get the Qi moving. And then around to the sides and to the front of the hips. And I kind of go around and back a couple of times. Good. Awesome. So now we're going to go to the legs. So you can either bend down to do this, you can balance on one leg to do this, you can rest your foot on a chair. I normally balance to do this, but I'm being filmed and I don't want to fall on my butt in front of y'all, so I'm going to use a chair to demonstrate. So What we're gonna do with our hands is we're gonna tap down the front of the legs, all the way down to the ankle, and go to the back, come up the back of the legs. And I like to go to the sides and go down the sides of the legs. And now we're gonna repeat. So when you get down to the ankles, now come up the front of your legs, down to the back of the leg, and up the side of the leg. Good. Let's switch legs. And we're going to go down the front, up the back, down the side. Up the front, down the back, up the sides. Awesome. Don't forget to get your ankles when you're doing that. There's a lot of points around your ankles that are really important, so be sure to stimulate them, okay? All right, so I can already feel a buzzing around me, like an energy field. As you get more used to working with your energy and your Qi, you're going to become more sensitive, but I bet a lot of you are already feeling more open and awake and vibrant and stimulated than you were before we started. We're going to do one more thing before we actually get into our Qi Gong moves, and that is a bounce. Not the same kind of bounce that we did 2 weeks ago. For this bounce, you're going to go up on your tiptoes and then down onto your heels. Knees are slightly bent, everything else is relaxed. So up on the tiptoes, down onto the heels, and over again. And what this does is it stimulates your lymphatic channels. Your lymphatic channels are what drain the fluid of infection, of allergies, of all that crud that gets built up around us, and recycles and recirculates it back through so that you're getting rid of the excess, rid of what is blocked, rid of what is pathologic, rid of what is not needed. And when we don't sit, when we don't move, when we've been sick, when we're weakened, our lymphatic channels become blocked, they don't work as well, and we're not as efficiently able to heal ourselves. So because part of the focus of today is on healing and health, this is a wonderful exercise to incorporate. Okay, let's do some Qi Gong. Before we get into the moves, I know I'm keeping you in such suspense. Before we get into the moves, I'm going to talk you through just a couple of basic things about how to do Qi Gong that's going to make everything easier and help you to get more out of the next movements that we're going to do. So first of all, for those of you that have never heard of Qi Gong before, Qi means energy, life force energy, or you can think of it in the West as vitality. Gong means work, but it can also be translated as play or dance. So I think of Qi Gong as my energy play or my energy dance. And again, we're using breath, intention, and coordinated movement to move our energy through our bodies and bring ourselves into balance and optimal state, because nothing can heal us better than our bodies. It has an intelligence that I don't have as a doctor. It has a wisdom and experience that we have not developed in Western medicine yet. So make sure that you're doing everything to give your body what it needs to do what it does best, which is heal and protect you. Okay, so for Qi Gong basics, we start everything in this position called Wu Ji. Feet are together, arms are neutral or palms turned out to face the universe. Wu Ji is the great emptiness that existed before the universe split into yin and yang and became full of contrast and matter. So Wu Ji is this state of emptiness, the state of being ready to start something. And from Wu Ji, we step out into a ready position. Now, in the ready position, you want to have your feet turned out slightly. You want to have your knees gently bent, but also outwards so that they're going over the axis of the foot. You don't want the knees to be straight ahead. That's how you're gonna torque your knee, okay? When we are in our ready position, our arms are gently bent and our hands are a few inches in front of our lower abdomen. We call this the lower dantian. This is your lower energy center. For those of you who are familiar with the Ayurvedic chakras, this would correspond to the lower 2 or 3 chakras. This is the root of your power. This is your relationship to the earth, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to the physical, and this is where we store and build a lot of Qi. And so in the ready position, we stand with our hands in front of the lower dantian, and we maintain a gentle bend in our arms because we are conduits for energy to circulate. And if our joints are kinked, it's like if a hose was kinked. the water can't get past, the energy can't get past. So nice gentle bend to the knee, again, so that the energy can circulate. And then you want to keep this nice gentle bend in your lower back, again, so the energy can circulate. I know there's a lot of practices that have you tucking the pelvis, right? And that really straightens out the curvature of the spine. We're not doing that in Qi Gong. Let it relax. And on the exercises where we have to bend, it's going to bend out like that. Not with the tailbone sticking out, right? Tailbone down, but with the curve in your back as if you're sitting on a stool, okay? So those are the basics. Don't worry, I'm going to remind you of them as we go through. But let's all come into Wuji. Good. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath all the way in and all the way out. Now we're going to step out into the ready position. So one leg goes out, feet turned with toes pointed slightly outward, knees with a gentle bend, hands in the ready position. And for this first exercise, we're going to get the Qi moving up and down our central line. So you're going to inhale as your palms turn up and the arms lift up along the midline. And then you exhale, palms turn down, and I sink into my knees a little bit as I come down. Good. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. And as you learn to work with your energy and sense and feel it as a real physical, palpable thing, the goal is that you're not actually doing any of this moving. You're using your breath, you're using your intention, and then you're catching that wave of Qi, that wave of energy that lifts and lets you down and moves you smoothly with intent throughout the movements. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to move our legs slightly wider apart into a horse stance. So right about like this, okay? And we're going to go into a deeper bend in our knees. Now, remember, you're not going to tuck your pelvis. You're going to sit as if you were sitting on a stool, okay? That way we're not going to hurt our knees. Your knees should be over your ankles. You don't want to go out past your toes. If you can't bend this far, then don't come out with your legs this far. You can be here and you can bend to here. That is absolutely fine. That's the other thing that's wonderful about Qi Gong. It can be modified to fit whatever level you're at right now and you still get the benefit. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Hands are going to come onto the knees and we're going to inhale. So I'm going to say swinging over to my right. This camera is flipped right now because that's how Facebook works. If I'm not moving to your right, I apologize, but I want you to move to the right, okay? So we're going to inhale to the right, and we're going to exhale as we swoop down, inhale up the other way. And we're going to exhale, swooping down, inhale up the other way. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. This is a movement from a routine called the 8 brocades. This movement is wonderful for calming heart fire. One more to this side. Good. And come up, rest your hands in front of your lower dantian. Why do we want to calm heart fire? Because when our heart energy is out of balance, we become anxious. When we become anxious, we go into scarcity mindset, we go into fear. All of that stress and worry creates inflammation, lowers our immune system and our ability to fight infection. So you always want to make sure to nourish your heart center. Oh. I'm actually working up a little bit of a sweat here. When I teach the Qigong to classes, a lot of times they get surprised that they start sweating by the end. Qigong is gentle, it's slow, but it is exercise. And they actually did a study of people doing nothing versus doing Qi Gong versus doing traditional exercise. And both the Qi Gong and the exercise groups lost the same amount of weight. So if you don't like to go to the gym or work out at home, as we're all doing now, and you do find you like Qi Gong, do it every day. It can be your exercise too. Okay, so we're going to bring our legs back to just wider than shoulder width distance apart again. Hands at the ready position. And now for our next move, we're going to inhale as we turn our palms up and the arms swoop up in front of us, coming all the way around to the back. And then you're going to exhale as you sink down and push out in front of you. Good. Okay, and then you float up. Exhale, step the feet together. Now we're going to step out this way, okay? So we inhale, step out as our palms come up. Exhale, sinking down, pushing forward. Inhale up, exhale down. This is a movement from a routine called 5 Elements Qi Gong by Mimi Kuo Deemer. We're going to step out this way. Inhale up. This element, or this movement, is for the metal element. Metal is associated with your lung qi. Lung in Chinese medicine governs the Wei Qi field, which is the qi field that extends out beyond your body and protects you. It's the Chinese medicine version of your immune system. And so we want to protect and nourish our lung qi and our metal during this time so that our immune system can be as effective as possible. And so we step out again and we inhale up, and I imagine that I'm sweeping any debris, any junk, any pathogens out of my qi field, and I'm pushing them out as I come here. Relax up, exhale, step the feet together. One more time out to this side. So step, inhale up, sweeping out any pathogens, any debris, any toxicity, and pushing it out of your qi field. Inhale up, exhale, step the feet together. Wonderful. We have one movement left. After this, come back and watch the video as many times as you like. Get to where you can do all 4 movements flowing into each other. It's a great routine. For the last movement, we're going to go back into horse stance. So we bring our feet out to that wider position, and we're going to inhale, bringing the back of our hands up. Rotate so the palms turn out. So as we get to the top, palms turn out, and we exhale, coming down. Inhale up, palms turn out, exhale down. This move is from a routine called the Flow Form by Satori Method and Tristan Truscott. It's called Parting the Clouds. And what we're doing is as we come down, we're scooping up qi, we're bringing it up our midline, and we're forming a protective qi field around us. So inhale, scooping up. Exhale, down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time. Inhale up, exhale down. And then we're going to bring our feet a little bit closer together as our hands come to rest in front of the lower dantian. And take a moment here. Take a deep breath in and out. Allow yourself to feel any sensation in your lower belly or the palms of your hands. And if you don't, that is okay. Keep practicing Qigong, you will feel it sooner than you think. What are we supposed to feel? So you may feel a warmth, you may feel a tingling. I always feel this sort of like magnetic, like wah, 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 wah kind of feeling. Excellent. And as you're ready, let's step back into Wu Ji. So we're going to put all of our weight into one leg. We're going to inhale as we bring our arms up and step our feet together. And we're going to exhale as we come down. And we do this 3 times, once for each of our energy centers. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale and exhale. And back into Uji. And thank you very much for joining me. I really hope that you like Qi Gong. I love it. If you did not like this practice, please don't give up on Qi Gong just because I didn't teach you well enough. Go to YouTube, go to the internet, learn more about it. Working with energy is a limitless resource. Every one of us has the ability to tap into it and work with it just by virtue of the fact that we are human beings and alive on this planet. So I really strongly encourage you guys to develop your skill, to develop your energy practice. It has been one of the great joys in my life and the thing that I can get myself to do for self-care, even when I can't get myself to do anything else. I'm going to take a second and just look and see if anyone has questions because I see comments coming up. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate it. Oh, hi, Katie. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. I saw Reshma up there. You went away before I could read your comments. I'm going to go back and read all of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you again so much for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat below. Remember, I'm doing this every Saturday morning for the duration of the pandemic so that we can all heal, strengthen, nourish ourselves, level up together, create this strength, this unity, this cohesion that's greater than any one of us individually. And I want to know what you need. And so if you are struggling with something, if you have an obstacle you can't overcome, if there's a healing technique that you're interested in that you want to explore, please post it in the chat or you can private message me. And I take all of that feedback in to help determine what we're going to do each Saturday. Okay? So again, thank you for coming and showing up for me, but thank you and coming and showing up for you to build your energy, increase your wellness, and start your weekend off on the right track. Until next week, stay safe and be well, everyone. Bye.